Hey, how's it going? It's Fat Daddy Sambo with those nerdy metal guys, and it's time for another concert review. And I'm going to go ahead and warn you, this review is less of a review and more of a rant. So if you want to hear the rant, stick around. If not, we'll be doing another review for the High on Fire show in just a few days. So keep an eye out for that. Also, there's several album reviews that are coming up. But back to our purpose for today, and this was the Devil Wears Prada show from November 3rd at the Masquerade in Atlanta. Openers were Gideon and Norma Jean. Three very well established metalcore acts, considered from the Christian metalcore genre. You know, and I have to say that musically the bands are extremely strong. It was my first time seeing Gideon, and I was very impressed by one. I love their guitar tone. Their live sound is absolutely fantastic. Lead singer, a little bit one-dimensional. He does one thing and one thing well. He yells angrily, and that's his presentation. There wasn't a whole lot of variety to his delivery, but I have to say that the band themselves, they were absolutely fantastic. You know, if we look at Norma Jean, I had the pleasure of seeing in 2010 on Mayhem Fest, and they've lost none of their potency over the years. In fact, they're touring in support of the All Hail album, and they did an absolutely fantastic job. Musically, man, they brought the goods. Again, another band with great guitar sound. I was not familiar with their particular guitars. I talked with another guy in the crowd. They were ESP Phoenixes, something like that. I thought they were very similar to a Firebird. So if you're a fan of that particular brand of guitars, please drop me a comment and let me know. And then, of course, the Devil Wears Prada. And the Devil Wears Prada. These guys are innovators. They have been doing this for 10 years plus, 15 years, however long these guys have been hitting the road and coming to Atlanta. And it was kind of nice. They actually said they felt Atlanta was like a second home because they come so frequently, and they have a very avid and almost rabid fan base. They did a great show. I wish they would leave their politics at home, but they did an absolute fantastic job of presenting the new album as well as some of their classic songs. The venue, the Masquerade. I mean, I have talked about it in other videos, on and on and on. I mean, this is a storied moniker. Yes, it's in a newer location, though they've been at Kenny's Alley for several years now, so we can't keep talking about how I wish it was the old Masquerade. The old Masquerade is some kind of yuppie condo development now. What we've got is the current Masquerade, and they played in heaven. The largest of the three venues. It's a crappy venue. It's got a concrete floor. It gets cold. I mean, it's spacious, but man, it's like it's a great place to see a metal band or a metalcore band. The staff was fantastic. They're always great to us when we go down there. You know, Unfortunately, what I've noticed over the past few years with all the metalcore shows versus traditional metal or other metal styles that Matty D and I go see is that metalcore audiences are just totally different. And as I said, if you saw the review of the Obituary and Abbott show, that black metal, death metal genre, man, while the music may not exactly be my cup of tea, the audience was absolutely fantastic. There was a mosh pit for people who wanted to do that, but the majority of people weren't interested. It is you get your spot. Nobody's invading your space. You can headbang, you can, raise your fist, you can sing along, you can do this, and you cannot be molested by someone else. Same thing I've experienced at shows, at thrash metal shows. I've experienced it at doom metal shows, where people seem to have more respect for you. At a metalcore show, respect for your other audience participants seems to go completely out the window. I don't know if it's combining alcohol with just a general derision and for your fellow man or what, but my personal experience over this year has been it has gotten progressively worse depending on which type of metalcore. And I hate to say it this way, but Christian focused metalcore bands seem to draw some of the worst audiences. You know, this is not to be a religious slant or a statement against any group. This has been my observation as an active participant in these concerts audiences. You know, I wish it wasn't that way. And I've been to Christian metal shows where the crowds are absolutely fantastic. It seems to be, however, at the Devil Wears Prada shows, they bring in some folks that just all they want to do is run over you wherever you're standing. You know, if you have the desire to stand up front, to get closer to the stage, and that's how you get your energy from the band. You know, you need to understand, if you're going to see a band from this particular genre, you need to eat your Wheaties that morning. You need to be hitting the gym, and you need to be ready to get kicked around for a bit. You know, everything from cans being thrown at your head to forearms being thrown at your head to getting shoved from behind. I'm lucky I haven't had any injuries, but I've seen people at all of these shows in this particular genre come away with injuries from broken noses, broken ribs, broken wrists. And we've really got to police ourselves. You know, all it takes is the wrong person getting injured, and they mention it to the wrong person. Next thing you know, there's a news story, and venues get sued. Venues get shut down. Venues decide I'm not gonna allow this type of music in here because the money that it's bringing in is being offset by huge legal bills. So, we've really got to take care of ourselves in the metal community, and this would be an example. So I will end the rant there. Would I recommend going to see the Devil Wears Prada on this tour? Yes, I would go into it with a caveat of understand that if you're in a small club like a 500 to 1,000 seat club that's general admission, plan on standing towards the back. Yes, you're going to have a partially occluded view. You're not going to be able to catch a guitar pick if that's your goal. You're not going to get a drumstick. You're not going to get a high five from the band members. But you're going to be able to come away from it with an appreciation of the music. You are going to absorb the energy of the show, and you're going to come out of it, physically unscathed. If you are head damned and determined to go to the front of the line, get there early, and you've got your spot front row center, understand that you're probably not going to be there by the end of the night, and you could come away from this feeling pretty lousy. So, again, end rant. Thank you very much for watching this video. There will be others coming. Again, there's several album reviews that are in the works that we're writing up right now. Getting ready to do the review of the High on Fire show from this month, and several other concerts that are coming up that we'll be reviewing. So have a great day. Thank you so much for your support. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If there's something that you would like us to do differently, please leave us a comment, and have a great day. Thanks.